What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video, and today we have a wonderful update on the beta. How I've been playing a lot of beta, as you guys have seen if you watch my streams or anything like that, and kind of an update on where I'm thinking the DPS and the healers are at, how the meta has actually changed more than I thought it was because of the new 40% increase health change, and what I think is going to be potentially the best healer. I mean, most of you guys may agree or disagree, but I'm going out on a limb on this one, okay? And maybe it's not what you expect. So if you guys do enjoy the beta content and then going into regular Dragonflight, make sure you guys just stay tuned with subscribe and like the video, and let's get right into it. Here we go. So we're gonna have some gameplay in the background here. Okay, this is going to be some Preservation Evoker gameplay in the background. So just to give you some context while this game is going on, this game is a skirmish, okay? A big issue I'm going to foresee already is too much dampening, okay? Solo shuffle is primarily what is being tested on the beta, and not enough regular arena is, okay? So this is a normal 3 skirmish. This is not solo shuffle. The game is too freaking slow. Okay, say it right off the bat. I know this game might be a little biased, like my evoker partner wasn't doing much damage. Regardless, like my healing throughput through all of this, I think it was like an 8-minute game. I ended with like 75% mana at the end of it without drinking or anything. Like it's too much. The games are gonna go ridiculously long. Like once you actually get like classes on both sides, and if you take into consideration the meta DPS. The meta DPS are, if you guys haven't played any of this content, my opinion, DK, both specs, DH, all warlocks, all 3 specs of warlock, primarily AF and Demo. AF does more damage, but Demo, holy moly, they buffed them recently, like their Pit Lord and like some of the other like stuff that they have, and their sustained damage is so freaking hard to heal into. Like debatably harder than Affliction Lock because they have their MS effect from their Felguard. But if you coordinate something else with an Affliction Lock, different story. But with those classes, those are all very tanky classes, and then you add, you know, the higher health pools and everything like that, and it's too much, man. Like this took way too long to finish a game where like not really much was going on, like, and then like the throughput, it's just so easy to heal for so long. And I can imagine, like, I mean, obviously, you know, this isn't like a perfect game when people set up and stuff. This isn't, I mean, I'm just thinking, this is just a game I had or an example, but I can see this foreseeable being a very big issue because so many classes are tanky, and it's going to favor a lot of the high sustain, high, you know, mana efficient classes, healers and DPS. Okay, also, so going into Dragonflight now, I made a little update tier list here. So I made 3 tiers on here, okay? I still want to stick by pretty much every healer being viable. That's why I wanted to leave it in an A tier. I added like a little A+ tier. But debatably, I am going to go out on a limb here. I'm going to put Evoker at a possible S tier, okay? Hear me out. The mana efficiency is freaking beyond every other class. The healing throughput, beyond every other class except for Mistweaver. I think it's probably on par with Mistweaver. As you're going to see in this game, like every time I Verdant Embrace or something, like when I charge, you'll see me charge to my teammate or something like that, or get like an Echoing or a Living Flame proc or something like that, I can literally top an entire team with a 20-second cooldown ability. Like right there, boom. Heal, and then you throw an Echo, and then I think I'll throw an instant Living Flame here. It is too easy to heal. Let me just say that. And then if you also play with tankier classes, like I think a meta comp is definitely going to be DK DH Evoker, or Shadow Play Evoker, or DK Demo Evoker, shit like that. I think it's going to be just really good. Okay, on the other hand, when you increasing the health pools nerfed a lot of healers that don't have the highest throughput or are very cooldown reliant. Okay, so Disc Priest, for example, is a very cooldown reliant healer. So I think if you guys aren't following the recent changes, there was an update this week to Disc Priest that really buffed their damage. Like, I know they nerf mind games and stuff like that, but I'm gonna make a video you guys are gonna see coming soon, an update on like the Disc Priest stuff, man. Holy moly, like I was hitting like 75k Mind Blast plus like a 25k Expiation. It's 100k Mind Blast in total. Like they buffed us consistent damage with Sins of the Many, and like some of the other talents like Blaze of Light not being a PvP talent anymore, so you can also take Dark Archangel now, and like if you really put your mind to it, you're gonna actually crank. And I think their healing got a little bit worse because of this change. Like it's really hard to keep people up, but your damage is so high, so you can kind of stay offensive and really do some work. As for the other healers, I haven't played all too much. I don't want to like, you know, say like this is an end all be all kind of thing. I think all of these healers are viable, but every time I versed an HPAL, it was very, very noticeable on the difference on mana and healing throughput. Like we could do the same healing in both sides, like during a solo shuffle, and I'm at 90% mana, he's at 5. You know, like that's literally happened. The mana efficiency is so high on Evoker, and you add the mobility, and then you possibly add coordination. The Evoker, if you're playing with melee and like I've been playing a lot of melee and solo shuffle that are kind of like all over the place, it's definitely tough. But dude, when I have coordinated teammates that know how to press their defensives, holy moly, it's so easy to heal. And you can do so much between, walling people off, pre-hotting stuff. Your damage can be really good as well. Moving targets around for kills, having range roots, walling like target stuff like this. You could do so much cool shit like on top of it, because your healing throughput is so high. Gives you time and allows you to do things outside of just healing, which is I think a lot of problem for like Ardruid, for example. Ardruid can have really high throughput, but if you stop healing for a little bit and your hots fall off, you're in big fucking trouble. Because you have to, and then it takes you a few globals to get those hots rolling again. Like let's say you get stuck in like a 6-second CC chain, like a 100 trap, right? Your hots are gonna be rolling. You're good. Oh, they follow up with a fear. Now your hots are gone. Oh shit! And then now you use your NS when you get out of that. What happens on the next trap? You don't have anything else because your class is very cooldown based. Because NS and Ironbark are like huge for Ardruid, and if you don't have the, if you're getting purged or something like that, it's going to be really detrimental. Classes that can't just instantly top everybody, like Mistweaver and Evoker, that can, it's really tough. And I think for that reason, like some of these other healers are going to have a lot more tough time. Holy Priest may end up doing better than this, because Holy Priest, if you spec into it, can have really high throughput as well. But in general, I think Disc's damage is going to put them above all, and Holy Priests are not the same level of mana as like Evoker or Mistweaver in that regard. So in all, like the game has slowed down a little bit. It is favoring a lot of these sustained damage and sustained healing, and the mana is going to be an issue. The worst thing though, in my opinion, is going to be they need to implement solo shuffle level dampening, like where the dampening kind of ramps really quick, like it starts right away rather than in threes here where like it takes forever to start. And like the game is too slow. Like this was just way too long of a game. So we'll kind of see where this ends, but don't take this the wrong way by these healers not being on the same level. One, I could be completely wrong. Like we don't have that great of a sample size yet. We don't have competitive 3s or 2s. It's mostly just solo shuffle fucking around. And I think every healer has his place. Retro Shaman may actually be better because Retro Shaman has typically been a good dampening healer. Like this guy's mana really wasn't that bad, and sometimes shamans can kind of flourish in like those high dampening mana situations because they're mastery. You might be stacking heavy mastery, and that could work out for you in the end. But as from what I've seen so far, it was no Disc had mana issues, but the damage was noticeably high enough that it made a big impact. And Evoker, I think once people start catching on to Evoker, you want my honest opinion, they should nerf Echo. I think it's too strong. But we'll see once, like, if we get a lot more talented healers than even myself, start getting their hands and get used to playing Evoker, we're going to see some deadly, long games because the healing is just that good. So yeah, that's just kind of what I want to get out to you guys today, and just kind of give you an update on where I'm feeling that the meta might gear towards. And honestly, if you have the time, definitely try out Preservation Evoker. Devastation, it's like, okay, it's kind of underwhelming. I found it kind of boring, honestly. But Preservation, if you have time during the pre-patch, you're gonna have 2 weeks to to mess around on it while before the expansion comes out. Definitely recommend trying it out. And if you guys do have any questions about any of the beta content, the meta, if what class is good, I plan on making another tier list. I just kind of wanted to give it some time because they're making a lot of changes before I do that. And also make sure you guys like, subscribe, like, content, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.